Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to learn how to build RAG pipelines with LangChain and Ollama. So I will be teaching step by step along with flowcharts, code and the explanation. So first thing you need to understand is what is RAG. So RAG is nothing but retrieval augmented generation. So there are three parts. One is something that we call retrieve, which is fetching the most relevant chunks from the documents. And then it is augment. Augment is nothing but collecting the chunks, taking the prompt, combining them and giving it as a context to your LLM. And followed by the LLM gives you the response, which is generate. So generate an answer grounded in your actual data. But why do we use RAG? RAG solves this problem. It lets you feed your own documents to the LLM at query time without retraining the model. So if you have to take a look at the flow, it would look something like this. You have your documents. So if, for example, here are a couple of documents, company overview, product, support policy, etc. Then we take the documents, we load it. It can be of any file format like PDF, text files, web pages, etc. And then we break them down into smaller chunks. And then we embed it. Embedding is nothing but convert the chunks to vectors. Vectors are nothing but an array of numbers. That is called embedding. And then we store it. We store it in the database like Chroma, Cockroach, there are a lot of. But in this video, we are going to use ChromaDB. And this all above things happens once. And once we have stored everything in our vector store, then the next part is whenever we ask any question to the LLM, these all things that happen. So what happens next is we embed the query, that is convert the question into a vector and then search for the most similar chunk in the vector DB. Get the output, whatever the context we get from the database, along with that we build a context, that is chunks plus the question. Then we give it to the LLM and then LLM gives us the answer saying that LLM reads the context and generates the answer. So we will be using libraries like LangChain, LangChain Community, LangChain Ollama. We are going to use Ollama because it will run on my local system. And if you want to use OpenAI or Gemini, you can feel free to use it. So why Ollama? Simply, it's a powerful open source models with 100% runs locally. We are going to use Llama 3.1 latest. You can use anything, but this is already downloaded on my system, so I'm just going to use this. And then for embedding the text, I'm going to use nomic-embed-text for embedding and converting to vectors. So first things first, you need to install Ollama. So what we can do is simply head over to your browser and search for Ollama. Click on the first link. And then if you are using Mac or Linux, you can simply copy this command and run, or you need to just install this particular button, right? If you go to the model section, you will be able to find tons of models, right? And you can choose any one of them. If you want to go with the latest Llama model, then simply go search for Llama 3.1, 3.3. If you click on this, it's a 70 billion parameter here. You can see 70B might not be supporting your system. So if you have anything around 16 gigs of RAM, then try to have a model roughly up to 15 or 8 billion parameters, something like that, something like this, 7 billion or 8 billion kind of, that should work. So now the easiest way to pull the models is, for example, Llama 3.1. If you go here we have 8 billion parameters, right? So if you come here and if you click on this, here you can see, right, Ollama run. If you copy this command and simply open your terminal, paste it here and hit enter. I just do Ollama list. You can see I have already downloaded these models here. So we will be using Llama 3.1 latest and nomic-embed-text, right? So let me go back to the code and let's do the step one. Step one is to install the dependencies. So we are going to install the dependencies like LangChain. These are all the dependencies, right? So let me quickly run this cell. So you see LangChain, LangChain Community, LangChain Ollama, text splitters and Chroma and ChromaDB. Chroma is for connection and ChromaDB is the actual database. Let's create sample documents. So I have 3 documents created here: company overview, feature and support. So this is simply the text inside it. So I'm simply going to write them and you can already see that these files are here. This is nothing but your docs. Step 2 is to load those documents. So how do we load it? We simply say from LangChain Community document loaders. We already have it built in. LangChain is more like, if you are building any machine learning model, then you simply go for scikit-learn where everything is already there. So it's something like that. So you go for directory loader and text loader and simply say, load the data from this directory, whichever, text, and use the text. Then we are going to simply say, documents loader.load. Documents are going to be loaded. And if I just run, you can see that, this is the source content preview, for example, here, right? We just trimmed it down to 200 characters here. then we are going to do is take this document, split them into chunks, right? So why do we do it? I mean, chunking is required so that we manage the context, right? And the LLMs have the context window limit, and you can't feed entire book at once. So smaller focused chunks gives more precise retrieval results. And the idea is to, just retrieve the chunk which is relevant to whatever question you are asking and not the whole document. So we use a recursive character splitter. It tries to split the paragraphs first, then sentences, then words to keep the chunks semantically meaningful. And then we have two parameters called as chunk size, which is going to tell what should be the size of each chunk. And then there is a chunk overlap, which will talk about how much text or sentence is going to be overlapped with the chunk A and chunk B, and there is an overlap between chunk A and chunk B, so that it understands the continuity. So if you see here, we are simply going to say from LangChain text splitter, we are going to use recursive character text splitter, and then we are going to say chunk size to be 500 characters and overlap is 50, which means 50 characters will be overlapped, and length function is length. Then chunks is equals to splitter.split documents, and we have created this context, right? Documents, we are going to pass it here. And when we run it, you can see, for example, this is the example chunk, this is the source, this is the length, this is the output, the content. Cool. Next is, once we have split the chunks, we have this chunks variable. We need to embed this and put it into ChromaDB. So step 4 is to create embeddings and store it in the vector DB. So how it works is, what is the price of Nova stock? And pricing starts at this. These are the close vectors. They are trying to tell the same story. What is the price of Nova stock? Nova stock was founded in Austin, are the far vectors, which means they don't have any, meaningful togetherness. So vectors are embedded in such a way that close vectors remain in one side and the far vectors are pointed on the other part of the graph, right? So once we have it, what is ChromaDB? Let's understand. So ChromaDB is a vector database. It stores the chunk vectors and can quickly find the most similar ones in the query vector, similar to this. And we are going to use nomic-embed-text via Ollama, right? So what we are going to do here is from Ollama, we are going to import Ollama embeddings, and from LangChain Chroma, we are going to import Chroma. So here is the embedding model. Embedding model is set to be embeddings, model equals to nomic-embed-text. And then we are going to go for vector store equals to chroma.from documents. And if you remember, we have chunks from here. We're going to use that, write the embedding model, and then simply say persistence storage, where it is going to be stored. Here you can see chroma_db, right? And then we are simply going to store the data here. And we have this vector store. We will be using it later. And you can see generating embedding and then store 3 chunks in this particular thing. And if I just open it here, if you open this, here you can see all the collections, all the collections of the data. You can see these tables here, how the vectors are stored. Great. Once we have stored our embeddings, let's set up a retriever. So now what we do is, we have this vector store. We say vector store dot as retriever. Search type is what we are going to do is similarity, and search keywords is k equals to 3, which means get the 3 relevant chunks. So we set up a retriever and say, this is a test question. How much does Nova stock cost? And then what we say is simply say retriever, invoke the test query, right? This is the query. And then retrieve docs is going to give us the 3 chunks of data which are relevant in the vector store. And if I just simply run this, you can see chunk 1 is this, chunk 2 is here, and so on. If you scrollable element, and this is your chunk 3. So now these all 3 chunks become a context along with the question. So let's understand here. Load the LLM via Ollama, right? So what we are going to do here is from LangChain Ollama, Chat Ollama, LLM equals to Chat Ollama, model equals to Ollama 3.1 latest. Temperature we can set from 0 to 1, where 0 is strict and 1 is being more creative. So we say response equals to at invoke, right? And what is the Technova flagship product? So if you see, we have set the model and all, and print. Let's say if I run it now, since I'm not giving the context to it, it should say that, I don't have a context and I don't know how to answer this question. Let's see. So if you see, it says, I don't have information about the Nova's text flagship product, right? So now is that we know how to talk to LLM, and now we need to build the pipeline, right? So we build a prompt. So how does it work? So prompt template, we are just going to use it from LangChain core.prompts and says, the prompt template equals to input variables. Input variables are going to be two parts. One is the context and one more thing is the question. So the template looks like you are the helpful assistants. Answer the question only using the information provided in the context below. If the answer is not in the context, say I don't have the information in my knowledge base, and then say context is this and question is this, and then followed by the answer. So this is the window, this is the prompt template. So we are going to simply inject these two values, the question and the context, right? So if I should print it, it would look something like this, right? Next, let's do that assembly of the RAG chain. So whenever the user asks questions, the question is asked to the retriever. Retriever goes and fetches the relevant chunks from the context, takes it and pass it through as a question. We have this context, we have this question, and then it builds a prompt template here, and this prompt template is given to an LLM and then LLM gives us the answer, right? So let's see that. So from langchain.core.runables, import runnable pass through, runnable parallel, and from langchain core output parsers, we are going to simply do string output parser, which is going to remove those fancy markdown thing. So we are going to say simply define format docs and return remove this dot join page content for docs in docs. This should be more of a simple Python program. Then we are going to build the chain, right? Whatever we discussed here, that's the chain here. So runnable parallel, we are going to build a context and a question. Retriever, if you remember, we have the retriever built on top. This guy. Okay, retriever format docs retrieves format docs is called here, and then the question is runnable pass through, and then whatever the output of this is going to be filled as, this run parallel is going to get two outputs, that is the context and the question. It's going to take these two outputs and put it into prompt template. If you know, we are going to just add these things and the prompt template is built. And if you see there is a pipe here, right? It means that take the output and send it to the next guy. So this is how the LangChain works. It's how we do the chaining. Once we give it to get the template output is given to the LLM, and then LLM does all the computation and comes out with the output, and then the output of LLM is passed to string output parser, and then we get the output. So the RAG chain assembled follows the flow like question, retrieve, prompt, and then answer. Run the RAG pipeline. Let's do this. So we have created a function called as ask question, right? And it does some formatting here so that we can see the question and all. And then retriever will do something like retriever.invoke the question. So we're going to pass the question and retriever is going to get us the relevant chunks. Once we have retrieved it, we say for I, doc enumerate retrieved src doc.metadata. Then we are going to just print the context, and then to get the output, this is just showing the whatever context we have fetched from the retriever. So now we need to get the answer. So answer is equals to ragchain.invoke the question, the same question that we are going to pass it here. And now ragchain is defined here, right? So whenever I call this, it is going to take the context and the question. So ragchain.invoke and simply print the answer. So if you see, it retrieved 3 chunks, and the question was, how much does the Nova stock cost per month? It is retrieving from the support policy, right? Offers the tiers for the customer support. So if you see, it says the context mentions Technova support policy and not any pricing information found in the product. Cool. It means that this thing doesn't have any stock price data. And if I go ahead and ask, who founded the Technova and when, and it says, it's retrieved 3 contexts. One is Technova company overview, and it says, Technova was founded in 2018 by Sarah Chin. So Sarah Chin and Marcus Patel founded Technova in 2018. So we get the relevant answer, and it fetched from company overview. It's from here. Ask what support options are available and how fast it is in the response time. You can see it retrieved from support policy, and according to Technova support policy, there are 3 tiers for the customer support, and one is starter, pro, and enterprise. So if you go to support policy, which is here, you can see there are 3 policies, and it has retrieved it right. Then if we ask what is Technova's revenue for 2024, I don't have the information because it was founded in 2018 and there is no information regarding the revenue for 2024. And now let's see someone already has done the embedding for you and you want to simply load the embeddings and simply start using it. Then you need to simply say, load vector store, chroma, and then you just point your ChromaDB path and simply say use the model that you have used for embedding, and then simply start running it. So I will be uploading this particular RAG file or the code file as IPYNB on GitHub. So if you want the link, you can find the link in the description. And I was thinking to build the self-healing RAG for the next video, and also how to build a vectorless RAG in the upcoming videos. So do let me know which one should I start building next. If you're watching this video till the end, then make sure to hit like, share and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Instagram at techie_programmer, wherein I do the small bits of tech. So hope you had a good time. See you in the next video.